Casey counts them down.
You're listening to the biggest hits by the biggest stars on American Top 40. Recently, People magazine did a cover story on the 12 sexiest men alive. Only one musician made that list. It's a list that People magazine creates every year, and this year the list includes such famous names as magazine publisher John F. Kennedy Jr., football star Elvis Gerback, and clothing designer Kenneth Cole. The only musician on the list is the lead singer of the band Sugar Ray, Mark McGrath. Even Mark's mother says when he was growing up, there was nothing to suggest this kind of adulation. Mark says he agrees that he had a, quote, skinny body and zits. He says the closest he came to looking like a star was when he dyed his hair so he'd look like John Taylor, the bass player from Duran Duran. Otherwise, he was just an aspiring break dancer in a Southern California beach community. But as People magazine points out, all his fans have to do is look into Mark's big blue eyes and they lose control.
American Top 40.
Hi, this is Casey Kasem. In 1997, the Southern California band Sugar Ray went all the way to number one their first time out with the song Fly. Now they're poised to return to the top. Last week they jumped from number 4 to number 2 with their hot one called Every Morning. Will Sugar Ray hit number 1 for a second time? We'll find out as we count down the biggest hits in the USA on American Top 40 from AM/FM radio networks.
Casey counts them down.
Now we're up to the brand new number 1 song in the USA by a band who say they started out as, quote, a joke. Guitar player Rodney Shepherd says, we were just a bunch of outcasts. We were never part of any scene, never any part of any group. We got together when we got out of high school because we didn't know what else to do. They worked when they could as a party band, but mostly the band members say they just hung around one garage or another trying to figure out how to play. Rodney says, for a long time we didn't even write our own songs. Why bother? There were so many songs other people had written. Well, simply because they stuck to it, this joke band turned into a real band. They developed a following, and in 1997, they actually hit the charts and went all the way up to number 1. And this week, the Jokers are laughing once again because the brand new number 1 song in the USA on American Top 40 is Every Morning by Sugar Ray. We're counting down the 40 biggest hits in the 50 states. Well, now we're up to the song Falls Apart by a band whose leader recently spent 45 minutes falling on the ice at Madison Square Garden. He did it for a very good cause. It was at a recent event called Super Skate, where celebrities who've always dreamed of playing ice hockey get to raise money for some good causes. The event was held at New York's Madison Square Garden, home of the New York Rangers. The good causes were the Christopher Reeve Paralysis Foundation and the New York Rangers Children's Charity, which is called NYR Skate. And in case you think that there aren't a lot of celebrities who dream of ice hockey, think again. Playing in the exhibition game were actors Jason Priestley, Kiefer Sutherland, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Tim Robbins, football great Boomer Esiason, and musicians like lead singer Mark McGrath of Sugar Ray, and various members of Bare Naked Ladies. The referee was tennis great John McEnroe. This week, Mark McGrath shoots and scores the 13th biggest hit of the week along with his band Sugar Ray. Here's Falls Apart.
Coast to Coast.
I'm Pat O'Brien, sitting in this week for Casey Kasem. Well, now we're up to an AT20 Extra by Sugar Ray, one of several acts from the USA who've hit with the sound that's been called rap's Caribbean cousin. It's the Jamaican sound called dancehall. Dancehall takes the rhythms of reggae and adds a hip-hop edge to it. It's been around for at least 20 years now, but until recently, didn't really kick in here in the U.S. Now acts like Missy Elliott, Sean Paul, Shaggy, and No Doubt have all had songs inspired by dancehall. Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray says, quote, it's not a trend, it's a way of life. I don't see it being a flash-in-the-pan thing, like swing. Jamaican dancehall artists are too talented. They're respected by the hip-hop, pop, and rock communities. Mark is talking about Jamaican dancehall artists like Lady Saw, Beanie Man, Bounty Killer, and Elephant Man. As dancehall artist Sean Paul says, quote, "It was just waiting to be discovered. Busta Rhymes and Biggie Smalls were on a Jamaican vibe in the mid-90s, and Jamaican music has been playing in hip-hop clubs for a long time." Well, now with an American Top 20 Extra, here's Sugar Ray with their debut hit from 1997, a song with a dancehall feel, man. It's called Fly.
Casey's Coast to Coast.
Well, now we're up to an American Top 20 Extra, the song Fly by a band who have never been taken seriously by the critics, which is okay with this band because they don't take themselves seriously either. Mark McGrath, the leader of Sugar Ray, says that when it comes to rock criticism, they've taken their knocks. He says, quote, "One critic wrote that what we make is brainless three-chord frat rock. So when people would ask us to describe our music, that's what we told them." Mark says the band also had their record company send out an announcement that they were no longer playing three-chord rock. The announcement let the world know that they had learned a fourth chord. He says, quote, "If you take yourself seriously, they can cut you down. But if you just wanted to make some music and have some fun doing it, they don't have a chance." Unquote. And that attitude has also given them a string of big hits. With an American Top 20 Extra, here's Sugar Ray with a smash from 97, Fly. From 1997, Sugar Ray with an American Top 20 Extra, Fly. I'm Casey Kasem, now on with a survey.
American